Angel Treasures, welcome to Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. Sunshine, everybody coming in there. Hope, love, good to see you. Queen MT, hey, hope you love, good evening. Zilla, hey, Ozzy, everybody, Gustavo, thank you for joining us through an invite, Gustavo. All Things Adam, everybody out there, TK, Sally Joe, good to see you. Everybody out there, welcome. Cannabis Slayer, welcome, Cannabis Slayer. Thank you for the heart. We appreciate that. Much blessings on that. Excuse me. Hey, Birds and Flight. All Things Adam. What do I think about Matthew Brown? Matthew Brown. Let's see here. Good question. I've been focused on, hey, Kit Kat, thank you. So Matthew Brown. Let's see who he is. Matthew Brown. Oh, whistleblower. Okay. Whistleblower claims. Oh, Matthew Brown, UAP whistleblower, did everything right, but not get support. Jeremy Corbell. I'm not sure what I think about him. I'm just reading a little bit about him. What do you think about him? Hey, Jackie F. Everybody coming in here. Incredible information. Oh, okay. Let's see here. It says here, meet Matthew Brown, Immaculate Constellation whistleblower fears for his life through their weaponized podcast. Okay. Matthew Brown interview with Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp actually comes out and says he is worried that he could go to prison for his information. Hey, Tricky Dick, Pink Tea. I did see some information about him. I read a little bit of it. Interesting. I'd have to really listen to his interview more. Evening, dude. Good to see you. Christina. Jessica, everybody coming in here. Welcome to another edition of Encounters for a Thursday evening here on TikTok. And wherever you are around the world, welcome all new people out there, aka Leah. Hey, welcome. Grossmeyer, let's see here. Peggy, hey Peggy. Mike 3B3ATZ, good evening. Debbie, hello. Speaking about the Matrix world we are living in. So now I get it. I have to listen more to his interview about the Matrix. Hey Whirlwind, good to see you. One of the things about the Matrix I've talked about for years is that we have the ability to bust the Matrix. So if there is a Matrix that we are living in, and again, that's depending what you believe or think, there could be definitely a Matrix involved, but we are certainly here to bust it, you know? I think we are busting what is called the Matrix. The other good thing about when we talk about the Matrix, which you really have not talked about quite often except to mention the word Matrix, is that the Matrix is only as powerful as one makes it. You know? So we have the ability to bust it. Hey Sharon, good to see you. Lavola, good to see you. Hey Lavola, good to see you, sister. Tony, good to see you as well. I had to search for you again. Well, I'm definitely here. I don't know what's going on with TikTok. I just got on like a few minutes ago, maybe 2 or 3 minutes ago. So hopefully TikTok is getting the word out that I'm here. You know, so I don't have to do all that hard work. Let the algorithm do it for me. Hey, Pulse, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I was on a little bit late, that's why. It was the first pop-up. Good. Good. You still haven't had contact yet, Mike 3B3ATZ. You will eventually. I think in a sense we all will. In the sense of for physical contact, I can't say I have had contact in the physical right here, but I think we all will. All in good time. Alex to Riches, tie-dye twins. Yeah, I've got a bunch of interesting tie-dye, cosmically speaking. Well, so what do I think about Dr. Greer? I met him in 1990s, early 90s at a MUFON UFO conference in New Hampshire, of all places, when he was just starting out with the CSETI program. When I did a TV interview with him, I thought he was very intelligent. I thought he was right on point. Um, I think he has done a great service to bringing the subject to disclosure to the table. So because I met him back then, I think that he has done a lot to bring people together to push disclosure. So my thoughts on Impulse is that he's done a service by creating his app, which helps people go out independently with other people to vector in spaceships, or what people call UFOs, wherever they are around the world. And people have done it using his app. We've taken the power into our own hands to actually have things occur where we live using the app. And if people use the app, I believe everybody, we use the app too in our group here in the United States. Up here in New England, we have a C5 group that'll be starting up probably in June. That'll be our first event. And we go out there, and because of his app, we have our own protocol, but we use part of his protocol to induce some peaceful contact, visual contact, what we call space beings that have positive energy. And that's what people should be able to do by using his app. So my thoughts on Dr. Greer is he's done a lot for the community in the world regarding disclosure, just regarding the whole aspect of disclosure. What was that? That's a moth. Okay, what is it? Oh, that was a beetle. We got some wild beetle flying around on my show here tonight. It just landed somewhere. So anyway, but we are here. So that's what I think about Dr. Greer. Richards, Herkimer Diamonds, question. I have been morphing fast. Yeah, we have some Herkimer around here. We have some years ago. I do have a Herkimer Diamond somewhere. I don't know where it is, one or two of them. Oh, you're welcome, Pulse. Greetings, Alois, Umbra. Maru, good evening. PN, welcome. Everybody coming in. Suzanne, everybody, welcome to the show. It's early yet, so people are going to still be coming in through the night. Lucy, welcome. Bonnie, good evening. But when we talk about, this is also where there are people over the years that talk about simulation, that that the planet Earth and we are all living in a simulation. I love when people try to use the word simulation. Hey, Dragon Candy, good to see John Jones. Good evening. And, simulation, that we are in a simulation, is something I've always said is not true. Because in this so-called simulation, Ichabod, thank you for the gift. That we live in, hey, Tiffany, we live in a real world, a real universe. We're not living in some sort of video game. I know I've met people that think we are living in a video game and that everything that we're doing and existing in is not real. But in fact, everything we do and everything that is exactly real, And so for people that have been believing that we're in a simulation, we're not. When we go out, we're not breathing air that's created in a simulation. We don't see stars that are created in a simulation. We don't see planets that are created in a simulation. And when you have encounters with people that are from other worlds, which some of them, I guess, have had over the last 3 years, so actually a good half of them have, that's not any simulation. That's real events. That's something that is happening to those people, good, bad, or in between. There's no simulation. Ninth Channel, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Jen Sprague, welcome. And everybody coming in here. And we got our apple cider. And usually we're not without the apple cider. Oh, interesting relics. Very cool. It's interesting. Hey, it's interesting. Everybody has different things that happen to them. That's probably more privy to you. Hey, Jared, good to see you. Terrified me. And I would think it would if it's something that's just happened out of nowhere. That's really kind of a human expression, you know? So I can see that. Hey, Pixel, good to see you. So, you know, sometimes after something frightens you like that, you then are thinking back and absorbing the information, how you felt. You know, so yeah. Hey, we're doing good, Gigi, Daniel. We're doing good. Hope you are well. Hey, for all our relatives, good to see you. Always. Melissa, I think it is. J. Michael, welcome. Daya Eden, I think it is. CT, welcome. Sarah, I think Passion Poor, welcome. Windwalker, that's a good name. Windwalker, Sandra, everybody who was ever out here, welcome. I can go on all night like that. But so as we progress, you know, with all these things going on, what I'm really interested in is the fact that there are things being revealed to us from what we call ancient worlds before us, the ancient worlds of those that were more advanced than our current society for billions of years, the different civilizations that have been here. Jojo, welcome. You know, we are going now up into, hey Jojo, thank you for the gift. We're going back up into that state. We're getting back up into a place where we're going to be extremely advanced. Hey, Jersey for Life, good to see you, sister. Hey, I think it's Aboa. I'll pronounce it. Peace be upon you. The judgment day is here. Tango. Peace be with you. And let's see here. Hey, Pebbles. Good morning. Hey, good to see you. Midville. Good to see you. Good evening, Carol. Thank you for the heart. All things Adam. I had a dream last night of UFOs camouflaged behind clouds. Pretty awesome. Now, that would be probably an informational dream there, all things Adam. You know, that's the kind of dream that's not like marshmallows flying around with umbrellas. That's a pretty intense dream. Probably on some level, you were actually astral planing to wherever that was, and you saw all that stuff happening within your consciousness. Relic says, yes, and you can't control it. Just go with the flow. That's right. That's right. Good evening, Rita Lynn. We have the train. You know that you're going to hear trains. Now, this is the first train at 11:21 on the East Coast. There'll be another regular train, and then at some point by midnight, there'll be a freight train going by. You see, I know when the trains come by here. I know people love the trains. It's part of the show. You got to hear the trains. There you go. Hey, Catherine, welcome to the show. Yeah, they're here. Let's see. Penelope says, I don't dream of ETs. I dream of different lives and of consciousness. That's cool. You know, there's no one thing. And the wind chimes are not really blowing tonight. It's not really windy outside, but they will when it's definitely windy. They cloak like clouds. S says, I love trains. I do too. But we're going into a really interesting time period. I find the ancient history of our planet, of those that came before us, those that came that were very advanced, like the Atlanteans, the Lemurians, and other civilizations that have been here for billions of years, that we actually live on a planet that at one time was extremely advanced on the surface world. The whole world was in that category. We had tornadoes here in North Carolina. Well, I pray you don't have any more of them. Breeze 668, welcome. 1%, welcome to the show. Yeah, I've actually have recorded, and I did one time. I went live on TikTok during the day, and I actually showed people these spaceships that were cloaked as clouds that were morphing into a very, very clear image of a spaceship. A few of them. This is I think last year. All things Adam. They knew. I noticed them, and they weren't shy at all. Good. You know, and if you continue when you go to sleep to focus on that level of consciousness, you'll probably get more information. All things Adam. Yeah, you saw that. Whoa. Oh, I know what I got. I got a Give me a second here. I got a little creature here that I need to take care of. Okay, let's see here. The Anunnaki say hello. Hey, Grim Reaper. Let's see. Relics. Oh, thank you, Jersey for Life, for the gifts. Got metal tubes in both ears. Got shock vibration Morse code. The back of my ear is magnetic now. Interesting, Relics to Riches. Just looking at some of the comments here. Hey, Julie Harrington. Good evening. Hey, Yvette. Good evening to you as well, Aaron, and everybody coming in here. So as we look at the ancient perspectives of our planet being billions of years old, it's interesting if we keep studying the ancient artifacts that are being found every day by archaeologists that are looking at the extraterrestrial artifacts, not so much ancient history in the traditional sense. Those are the archaeologists that I enjoy, because they are looking at the ancient history. Hey, Cliff, welcome to the show. Ive Lisi, I think it is. Welcome, Ive Lisi. There's Cliff. Cliff, good evening. Papa Smurf and Nicole 369, welcome. Denise, welcome. So we're talking a little bit now about our ancient history of our planet. And even in the ancient history, when the surface world was advanced and living in harmony with the universe at one point, there was still always those living in the inner earth, those advanced civilizations that lived right below us. And the fact of the matter is, when we sit here on the surface world, looking and having these conversations as we are on this current type of media, on this technology, at the same time we're sitting here, there are people that live beneath us in the inner earth that are going about their lives, living in harmony and peace, while we up here are going to get there, but we still have a planet that's somewhat dysfunctional on the surface world. And to use the word dysfunctional is saying it lightly. And the reason why, hey, Daniel, started to see you about G, good evening. And dysfunctional doesn't mean that the whole planet and that everybody is dysfunctional. It means that we live on a planet where there are people that don't care about the planet and whether we exist or not, don't exist. Those that have the power and the money and all those things that they have, they're more interested in their plush big mansions all over the world and owning an island than they care about whether the planet's working and living in harmony. You know what I mean? And that is the cosmic truth. Spiritual, good to see you. Everybody coming in here. Yeah, it's material, then planet or people in need. That's correct. But the problem with those people is that they're so dysfunctional in thinking that what they're doing is in their own little world, that they're having that peace and harmony, while the rest of the planet kind of has to suffer for it. But in essence, all that in a sense will come to an end too, because our planet is now on an upswing in the frequency and the vibrational consciousness in which we are as human beings. Now, that doesn't mean every human being is like going straight up in that consciousness and saying, oh, having a kumbaya moment. I think we'll eventually get to a kumbaya moment on a cosmic scale once the whole planet is liberated in the way they think and the way they act and the way we do things with each other. We have a lot to learn. We still have a lot to learn. We're going to get there, but we still have a lot to learn about the way we treat each other amongst our planet. and people that are suffering, people might be poor, people that live in cardboard boxes, or whatever it is. We, as humans that are conscious, loving individuals, as we talk about the subject of UFOs and extraterrestrial intelligence, there are many people that would love to see contact happen. They would love to see the time when they can meet these people from other worlds. Hey, hippie Lisa, good to see you, sister. Always. And we'll get there, but we have to work on it. We have to strive every day to break through all the things that are not functionally good on our planet. And there are a lot of things that aren't functioning properly because they're out of sync. In some cases, some parts of our planet, their vibrations are out of sync with the cosmic. And matter of fact, billions of human beings are out of sync with the cosmic. But that makes our work more important as people interested in the subject of enlightenment, extraterrestrial intelligence, whether it be the mer people, whether it be the Bigfoot, whether it be the angelic realm. It's all connected, Over time, you come to realize over the years of research and doing these things that everything has a connection to everything else. But there are people that think everything does not have a connection to everything else, and that's where you have the dysfunctionality of the human race. Ninth child says, how long is that going to take, the peace? It's going to take as long as it takes for people to wake up, to realize that everybody is more than just a human being. The peace will come when we all realize that no matter what the color of a person's skin is, wherever they live, whether they live in a little hut or whether they live in a small house or whatever, that we're all human beings that need to understand that we are Earthians. And I love using the term Earthians. So how many people understand what an Earthian is? I've been into UFO aliens ever since my first sighting at 7 years ago, almost 40. Interesting, all things, Adam. What is an Earthian? Just a question, Daniel. And go ahead, Daniel. What is an Earthian to you? Are we Earthians? Are we just Americans, Swedish? Are we Russian, Japanese? Or what are we? What are we? Are we Earthians or are we not Earthians? When we realize one who's born on Earth, we're all from Earth, right? So when you're born, you're not born, well, you have a country that's created by people that gave land masses a name. But if you took all the countries away and there were no countries, you'd basically be called an Earthian. So if I came from planet A to planet Z called Earth, I would be looking at the Earth as the Earth and the people living on it as Earthians. I wouldn't know what an American is or what a Japanese is or what a person in Colombia is or what a person in Sweden is or what a person in Denmark is or Greenland. But I would know them as Earthians. The problem on Earth is we don't see ourselves as Earthians. Everyone gets all conflicted with saying, I'm really proud of my country. I'm proud to be in my country. So that when that happens, folks, then we separate every landmass where people live to be different things. So I am Russian. I am proud to be. I'm Chinese. I am a proud patriotic American. So everyone has to be something, which is the illusion on this planet that you have to be something. Now we're getting into some truth here. So to liberate this planet is to liberate the fact that we have anything called nations. We don't need nations anymore. We need people to wake up and realize that we are one human race called Earthians. It has nothing to do. So don't get offended if I say I'm not a patriotic this or a patriotic that. That's all an illusion. That's all fantasy. That's all gimmickry. That's all done on this planet to get people separated from each other. And then in essence, what that does is that's what has created all the conflicts on our planet. The Roman Empire and all these things that were created to separate people. All this power, all this need for power on this planet. Those that needed the power wanted it to separate people into categories. We're not categories. We're not like coins or dimes or pennies. We're Earthians. We're human beings. We have a consciousness. We have a spirit within us. you know. And this is in relationship to the subject. It really is. Because I'm talking about until we get to be Earthians, how are we going to be able to communicate with people from other planetary worlds? And then when they land, they say, well, I'm a Russian. You just met a Russian here. I speak English. Or, oh, yeah, welcome to Beijing, China. I'm Chinese. And say, oh, I thought you were Earthians. I thought you were from planet Earth. I thought you guys were Earthians. So get used to the word Earthian. That's what you are. You're Earthians. It doesn't matter what country you're from. It doesn't matter what island you're from. It doesn't matter what your nationality is. Don't get offended because you're truly Earthians. You're human beings and you're Earthians. You were born here as Earthians. It doesn't mean that you don't come from somewhere else. That's a whole nother subject. So you're Earthians here because if you're Starseed, you came here to Earth to be an Earthian. And then as a Starseed, you came from another planet. If you're consciously aware of it, I know many of you are who call yourself Starseed, you say, Commander, I know where I'm from. I know what planet I came from. I know what universe I came from. Some of you do. I mean, you really do. You know what I mean? We are people. That's right, World One. We are people. We are people on Earth. We're not people in Russia. We're not people in China. We're not people in America. We're people on planet Earth. We live on planet Earth. And once we start thinking in that consciousness, then when we have contact with the star people, we'll be greeting them as Earthians. Welcome to planet Earth. You came a long ways away from another light year or another star system or another galaxy. Welcome to our planet. We're glad you're here. We've been waiting for a long time for this to happen. We're glad you're here. Hey, Mr. Ink, good to see you. We're glad you have come here. So what I'm doing is I'm giving you a hypothetical situation, but I'm also giving you some real information if you are willing to understand it, which I think most of you do on encounters, is that we have to change the way we think. We have to change the way we do things, the way we interact with each other in order to be prepared to interact with the greater good of those that are coming from other planetary systems that are going to make mass contact with our planet. TS says, I'm a starseed, see? And a starseed, I would assume, knows who they are. A starseed knows where they come from. A starseed is always expanding their consciousness to more and more consciousness in a universal way. So this is really important in the subject. You know, I interview a lot of people, but I have a lot of my own knowledge that I'm kind of sharing with you right now. I like the times when I am willing to do this and share stuff. Relics to riches, you're not stuck anywhere. I know you. You're not stuck. You only are stuck if you allow yourself to be. Nobody's stuck. We can liberate ourselves from being stuck to unstuck. And the key is we have the free will to be whatever and wherever we want to be. We have that ability. Daniel Starr says, are we going to have telepathic abilities more now than the Egyptians' day or not really? So let's talk about telepathy. Everybody here has the ability, even though they don't always use it. Every single person, at least in this broadcast, has the ability to be telepathic. All telepathy is like me talking to you and you talking to me on the street or in a coffee shop. And instead of verbally communicating, we're using consciousness. We're using the inner consciousness. The space people, 99% of them, they can't speak verbally. 99% of the star people use telepathic communications to interact with each other. It takes practice. It does. It really does. But if you learn to practice telepathy, you have that ability. Every human being here, like I'm not any better or worse than the next person. I just have been using telepathy for years in my contact with my star connections. I don't use any channeling. So if you wish to use telepathy, it's just a matter of practice. Hey, Hollywood, good to see you. If people get mad when you use telepathy, that's their deal. Who cares if they get mad? If you use telepathy and people that you know are getting mad, it's not your problem. You just keep doing telepathy. The fact that they can't do telepathy and they're using telepathy, they got to work that thing out in themselves. It's not your fault that they don't use telepathy. Don't even worry about it. Who cares? If they got a problem with people using telepathy, then they got to work on that on their own. That's the way I look at it. Who cares? Would you say it's safe to summon UFOs? Yes. If you use Dr. Greer's application and you go on the internet, there's a thing called the C5 app. If you use that app, which I use, you have a safer way of making contact visually with peaceful space beings. So when people are going out there without an app and saying, I just want to have contact with anybody out there, that's not the way to have contact. And being a C5 activist as well as a talk show host, like I said, we'll be starting our group probably in June. We're going to go out in the field. We usually go out to the water on the coast of Connecticut or an apple orchard, and we get out there and we spend about 2 hours at night when we go out, when we start it up, and we focus on meditation. We do a Christ consciousness meditation, and we only will allow those of the higher levels of light to come in our view in their spaceships or UFOs when we have our gathering. So you have to be very, very specifically disciplined when you're doing a thing where you're summoning in UFOs. You don't want to just go out there and say, hey, come on down. I don't care where you're from. Come on down. All things out, no problem. Download the app. It's a C5 app. Dr. Greer created it years ago. It really does work, and it will help you and give you the right protocol of how to make visual contact with positive space people. That could be orbs, it could be flying saucer type craft, whatever. You'll be able to actually do it. And we actually have done it. It's right, Leslie. We did C5 one night on the show. I've done it a few times over the last 3 years with people in different places that we did it together, and the ships or the lights showed up and the person was in their backyard, and we're all like looking at these things happening. So we have done that before. Yep, absolutely. I think that it's an exciting summer. The name of the app is a C5 app. You can get it on Apple if you have an iPhone, and if you have a Android phone, on Google Play you can download it too. So it's good on iPhones and also Android. Amina, thank you for the gifts. Loretta, thank you as well. So there's a lot of things that I do know about in terms of what's happening. And I think now, hey Lee, you're never too late. Hey, welcome Lee. Hey Pebbles, let's see here. Lakita, Pandora, hey Pandora, thank you for the gift. Thank you, Loretta. Good to have you with us, Lee. And everybody, Florida Real Estate, good to see you. Everybody out there, Miss Gypsy, Rachel, thank you for the finger heart. I thank you so much. Peaceful Lilia, thank you for the fan club heart. I appreciate that too. But I think many of you here are enlightened in terms of knowing different things. Many of you have learned a lot watching my show, those who have been watching me for over 3 years. And many of you are just coming in are going to learn a lot. Thank you so much for the love you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I think this is the time. It's getting warmer out. Get outside. Get with a group of like-minded folks. Go out there, find a field somewhere, find a beach out near the ocean at night, and do some meditation. Hey, Daniel. And start being proactive. I'd like to see everybody in my audience around the world be proactive in doing the C5s wherever they live, getting maybe 2 people, 3 people, 10 people that are not judgmental, that are not going to be, like saying ha ha ha. People that that are your friends that would never experienced a C5 event or never did something like that. I'd like to see everybody do it around the world, whether on an island. Whether you're on an island or something, I'd like to see many people start doing this thing. And I'd like to see what you come back with and say, Commander, I did a C5 Saturday night and we had some really incredible stuff and we actually recorded it. I think everybody can do that. So how many people here are doing C5 right now and know what a C5 is? And how many people are not doing it yet? Oh yeah, definitely. Marco, yes, we can. The astral traveling, yes. In relationship to, yeah. Elizabeth says, one evening, could you talk about green eyes and a certain blood type that aliens are attracted to? I could, but I don't know much about blood types. I've always said it on my show. Hey, Gary, good to see you in Iowa. Um, the blood type thing is not so important when it comes to ETs. It's really not regarding blood type. It has to do with consciousness. It's more the conscious awakening of a person. If a person works on their consciousness, that's the relationship that you start having with space people, is through elevating your vibration. The blood type thing, for years people have asked me about blood types. The blood type doesn't affect contact with positive contact with any kind of space being. We're doing good, Suzanne. Hope you're doing as well. So yeah, for the people that are saying, no, I've never used C5, get it, download it. If you have an Android phone, download it. If you have an iPhone, download it. I think it's like $9 or $10 for the app. Read the protocol. It will help you understand what to do. Get a couple of friends. You don't need to have like a huge group. If you don't have maybe 3 or 4 people you trust, get together, go into a quiet place where there's not a lot of light pollution, and start doing it. And you'll have some really incredible things happen. You know? Yeah, Lee, C5 is Dr. Stephen Greer, who started the C5 movement, created an application where you can vector in spaceships of the positive kind, but there is also protocol to the app. And if people use the protocol, it will make a big difference. Yeah, so it's really important to learn how to do these things. Charles, welcome. Kitty Mama, thank you for the fan club gift. I appreciate that. Hey, Tara. You found a good spot in your town for a C5. Very good. And that's the thing, finding the spot in your, wherever you are living around the world, finding that spot to do the C5 contact with extraterrestrial intelligence will definitely make a big difference. Now, I can go outside by myself with the app. If I were at the Apple Orchard right now, I can stand there doing the protocol, and if I focused on it, I probably would have a few spaceships appear in the sky. Mystery Inc. says, look for ley lines if you can. That's interesting thought there, Mystery. That would be something people might want to do. Debbie would say, I was watching Alien, some show on History Channel today, and they had a helicopter at 4,500 feet. Hey, Star Knowledge, good to see you. Richard says he had a UAP encounter. What the heck? Okay. Richard, come on up. If you want to be on the show, I do read notes here, not notes, but comments. Richard says, I had a UAP encounter, I can't get my words out here, 2 summers ago. I would love any help on astral traveling. So that's a whole nother thing. So if you work on the cosmic aspects, Lee, of astral traveling or going into a Merkaba state, if you focus on where you want to go, to just astral travel is one thing, but to go to a specific type of astral traveling, what I call a Merkaba, you can travel to other planetary worlds if you learn how to do that through what you call astral traveling or the Merkaba state. You can do C5 without other people, Teresa. If you find a spot that you feel comfortable in, you can do an independent C5 and do it in Christ consciousness and put a protection around you. But with the C5, you could make visual contact with positive space people that have a spaceship. Absolutely. Are laser pens rude or illegal doing C5? You can use laser pens. I had one. I never used it. But you have to be sure that you're not shooting them at jets or planes or helicopters, and you have to know the traffic patterns of these commercial airliners that go through areas. As long as you know what that is and you're not shooting up against any commercial traffic, you're probably good. If you do use it, it also is something that's used in C5 to vector in the spaceships, is a laser pen. All Things Adam says lots of UFO traffic in Anaheim because of the fireworks shows. Oh, interesting. Yeah, we can get into that too. So like in terms of astral traveling, Michael, I look at, for me, the projection of getting into a cosmic reality in terms of traveling through the Merkaba state. So, like for example, Friday night we're going to be doing a journey to the Golden Ship of Light. Everybody, when we do that, I'm going to take you into a Merkaba state, and your bodies are going to stay in your homes wherever you live. We're going to guide you into a journey onto the Golden Ship of Light Friday evening at 11. I posted the video over 2 weeks ago. So make sure, if you want to learn about traveling and you want to really have your first experience going out of body to a big, huge ship as big as the Earth, I will take you there on a guided journey. This particular event we're doing Friday night is something I've done in personal workshops here in Connecticut with 20 people in a room, 15, 13, and they have to keep a journal. So when they come back, they remember and write down everything that happened in that journey. So that's something we're going to be doing Friday night in relation to what you call astral traveling. It's a semantics in words, but we're going to take people into the Merkaba state of traveling Friday evening. Make sure you have any other people you think. 8 o'clock on the West Coast, yes. Yeah, so when you can get the app, there are free versions of it, probably on YouTube. You can probably get the free version on YouTube. Yeah, so if no one's ever done what I have done in person with people, your minds are gonna be blown away. If you focus on my workshop Friday night, I guarantee you, if you're not distracted, you will have an experience that you'll never forget. And because it's on TikTok, I can't control how many people are in the room just coming in, and when we're doing it, I'll probably be just really focused on guiding everybody. I won't be focused on the people coming in and out of my broadcast here. So be aware, if I'm not saying anything to somebody on the chat or in the comments, I'm really focused on the facilitation of this contact, which is really important. And when you have the contact and when you go on the ship, you will definitely have the most important experience of your life. You'll have probably the first experience going out of body to a ship as big as the planet Earth, where in nanoseconds you can be anywhere inside that ship and see beautiful things. You'll be able to go to the Akashic Records. You'll be able to go to waterways, mountains. There are even cities in the ship. And for 3D consciousness, they'll say, what is he talking about? Nothing like that exists. It does exactly exist as I am stating it. And it's real. But to get there, you have to trust yourself. And then if you trust yourself, more than trusting me, you need to trust yourself. All I'm doing is facilitating the journey. That's what I do in my workshops here in person. I facilitate the journey, and I actually take people there. And I do that so people now know that there is things happening beyond Earth that are way beyond what they have ever understood. Yeah, your visions will guide you. Bring up Marco. Do you think it's a being? He would not respond when we screamed hello and was stationary at 3 a.m. Interesting. Where's Marco? Marco wants to talk a little bit about astral traveling. Let's see Marco's. Hey, Betty Lou, welcome. Let me see if Marco's here. All right, here we go. Marco, we'll bring you up there. I know you want to get into a little bit of the astral traveling. I'll bring you up. And let's see. Hopefully TikTok's working. Hey, Marco, how you doing?
I'm well, Leon. How you doing?
We're doing good. I was going to get you up here, and And we are kind of getting into that with the Merkaba state, which is very similar to what you call astral traveling. So,
Okay.
what would you like to? Pardon me for the coughing here. So let's talk about astral projection a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Leon, I'd like to start off by saying thank you for having me on your live. Right
Oh,
now, I'm
you're
eating some
welcome.
chips. Thank you. I've been on your live. I would say that this is my second time, so I appreciate it. And
Absolutely. Yep.
yeah, I love your channel, and I also thanks everyone for being on the live and supporting you. I think that you have a great channel, so I appreciate that.
Oh, thank
Um,
you.
Sure, sure. Yeah. So I'm from New York. I live in Long Island. Last time that I was on your live, we were talking about the Montauk Project and some other things.
Yes, Montauk Project.
That
Yes, we were.
That's correct. Today, I noticed that you guys were talking about the C5 and stuff like that, and I want to jump in and kind of talk about my recent out of body experience that I had. So, just to kind of give you a quick recap, for since I've been young, I've had quite a few out of body experiences and other experiences with orbs and all of that sort of stuff. I've had quite a few out of body experiences, but about 3 weeks ago, I had a really interesting out of body experience, and I would call it a semi out of body experience, or what people would call an astral projection. Um,
Yes.
so so just to kind of narrow it down. I'll start off with I have a 2.5 year old boy that I love. He's my boy. And for the past year and a half, I put him to bed every night and I pray with him. And it's not just a regular 5 minute prayer. I take about 10, 15 minute prayer with him. We go through a series of prayers. And during the prayers, most of the time I see lights and I see things and I feel
Hmm.
things, and it's great. Which is at the end of the day, that's what I want for my son to be protected and for him to see the light and feel the loving beings that can come around us, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I've been doing it for about a year and a half, and for the last 3 months, out of the 7 days, I've been spiritually attacked about 3 to 4 times a night.
Really?
Yeah, which means that, I go to bed after I put my kid down, I go to bed and I have these terrible nightmares where I go in and I'm in these crazy planes or experiences, dimensions, whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
that are just extremely negative.
Excuse me. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. Um, so it's been like that for the past 3 months, and recently the last 3 weeks, I had an amazing out of body experience. So what happened was, I went to bed and I fell asleep, and I had this crazy nightmare that was extremely intense,
Mm-hmm.
and that nightmare was not cut off. It actually finalized. It went through its entire series, right? The nightmare.
Wow.
So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when we have nightmares, you're able to pull out, and you're like, "Oh my God! Well, thank God, I'm here, right?" Well, this
Right.
nightmare, it actually ended. It started and it ended. It finalized, and as it ended, I woke up and I was like, "Well, that was just another nightmare, another experience." I went to the bathroom. I did my business. Then I went back to bed, and this was around 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
As I went back to bed, my 6 year old baby woke up. My wife picked him up. She started feeding him, and I started to kind of drift away, and I started to fall asleep, and I started to feel very comfortable. Right, started to feel just really nice at ease, and uh, because I've had out of body experiences, I'm able to understand the feelings and the symptoms that you, as us human beings, are able to
I'm hearing you. Go ahead. Don't mind me. I'm
we're
getting a
able
little
to
bit of cold.
feel, we're able to feel and sense, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
started to feel these vibrations. I started to feel these pull and contractions as I
Mm-hmm.
started to drift away. And at that
Hmm.
moment, I knew that I was going to have some sort of experience.
Yeah.
Um, so I just kind of went with it. And then as I started to pull away from my body, I began to kind of swivel, and I began to kind of just began to move and began to expand and contract. And at that moment, I knew that I was projecting. As I started to
Yeah.
project, I felt as though I was being carried by some sort of being. And at that moment, I
Hmm.
started to listen to some celestial music.
Oh wow.
This music was very beautiful. It's something that we cannot replicate in the human physical form. Um, it's something that I cannot explain to you. It's just
Yeah.
beautiful music. And as I was taken to this different plane, I was
Hmm.
listening to this music. And at that moment, I told myself, I want to open my eyes so I can see and experience this scene. I want to see more.
Yeah. Of
But
course.
in that moment, I kind of got a knowing that I shouldn't open my eyes, because as I started to open my eyes, I started to see a light, and in that moment, I felt, and I there was
Hmm.
this knowing that if I open my eyes, I'm gonna wake up. So
Oh, okay.
something told me, and let's say I told myself, no, use your inner vision. So I used my inner vision. And at that moment, when I demanded and I commanded myself to use my inner vision, this beautiful city opened up as I was being taken.
Really?
Oh, yeah. This beautiful city opened up, and I was kind of like in a plan view. I was over the city, and this city was made out of these beautiful buildings that were made out of this sort of like obsidian black mineral
Oh
stone.
wow.
These buildings had some sort of crystals in them. They had some sort of technology already engraved in the buildings themselves. And I was
Hmm.
hovering over this building, and around the buildings, around this city, we had mountains that were surrounded by the city. And
Oh wow.
these mountains were kind of in a circle. So the city
Hmm.
was inside this circle, and the mountains surrounded the city, and the
Yeah.
mountains were the same height of the buildings, and the mountains were they had a color of orange, yellow, green, reddish
Oh
color.
wow.
So it felt like it was
Amazing.
like a yeah, it was beautiful, and it felt like it was around 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning in that plane. Now
Hmm.
that's just human time.
Right.
That's that's how I can describe it, but it felt as though that was the time that I was in that city. And as I was being carried into this city, I was seeing the city. There was this beautiful building that just jumped out that had a blue, sort of like blue stone right in it. It was this blue
Right.
turquoise blue
Yeah.
stone in it. And I knew that I was being taken by this being. And as we started to descend into this specific building, the
Hmm.
being laid me down on top of this building in a cradle position.
Oh
And
really?
yep, yep. And he laid me down, or she laid me down, or this being laid me down. And as they laid me down, I tried to look at this being, but I knew that the being was kind of just their presence was leaving me. So their presence were they were leaving me. I felt the presence leaving me, and as I was trying to turn around to look at this being, I couldn't catch who they were, what they
Hmm.
were, what just I didn't know who they were, but I knew that this being took me to this specific plane for
Hmm.
some sort of reason. And
Yeah.
as soon as I started to turn around, they were just leaving. When I rose, when I stood up,
Hmm.
my projection ended. I woke up in my bed, and I was said, "Wow, that was beautiful." I felt rejuvenated. I went back to bed. This was around 4 o'clock in the morning, and around 5:30, I woke up. My wife was
Oh
already
wow.
up, and I told my wife about the experience, and she was like, "Wow, that sounds crazy." She didn't really, she didn't really care about it that much.
She
She
didn't. She
knows
didn't care. Yeah.
but she knows about my experiences.
Okay.
And then I
That's
told
good.
her about it. But the interesting thing is that it took me a week to actually understand what was going on. And it actually makes a lot of sense. So
Hmm.
I believe that the reason why I was taken to this city, and the reason why this angel or this guardian was able to transport me into this obsidian city, was because number one, I was being spiritually attacked for the last 3 months. And this
Yeah.
last attack that I had was so severe that my perispiritual body and its energies were so depleted that these angels came into my realm. They came
Yeah.
over and they rescued me. And after that experience that I had, I was able to go into some sort of trance. I was able to change my brain frequency. I was able to tap in, and they were able to carry me, take me
Yeah.
into this city where this city was
Oh
able
wow.
to calibrate my spirit, my perispiritual body, where I could rejuvenate my energies and so forth.
Yeah.
And so, I believe in God. I believe in angels. I believe in guardian angels. I believe in our Lord Jesus Christ. And I believe that these angels were sent by my God and they were sent by Lord Jesus Christ to rescue me from
Hmm.
this spiritual attack that I had that was so severe that
Wow.
my perispiritual energies were so depleted that they took me to this specific city that these buildings were made out of obsidian minerals to
Yeah. That's
rejuvenate
amazing.
my energies.
Now
And
let me, Marco, let me ask you about the cities. This is an
sure,
amazing story, Marco,
sure.
since the last time we spoke. So, did you feel the being or the beings that were there with you to rescue you, so to speak, from the low vibe things that were happening? When you went to this city and the mountains around it, all the beautiful things about you're mentioning, I just try to envision what you're talking about here, and it's beautiful. Um, were you taken to maybe another world where this city exists? It sounds like you were.
Yeah, I mean, we could say that it's another world. We could say that it's
Yeah.
another dimension. I mean, I think of it as a plane,
Hmm.
and it's a great point because let's go back to when I was being transported by this being, right? So the reason
Yeah.
why I
Yeah.
was listening and I heard this beautiful celestial music is not just to listen to this beautiful music. I think that the reason why when we astral project or we go out of body and we listen to specific music, it's because whoever is carrying us, or even our higher self, is carrying us over into a specific dimension. We listen
Hmm.
to this music because this music is a certain vibrational frequency that is able to calibrate our frequency, our vibrational frequency, so we can meet that frequency, that energy. So then when we get to that dimension or that plane or that place,
Hmm.
we're able to actually, be able to inhabit that
Yeah.
place. If you cannot calibrate your frequency or your vibrational energy, then you won't be able to get into that place. So
Right. That's right.
I believe that the music is able to calibrate our energy or our body. It kind of tunes us to that sort of vibrational frequency that then we're able to enter those dimensions, let's say that city. Now,
Yeah.
interestingly enough, when I was in that city, I did not feel and see any other beings. I did not feel any other sentient beings in there. It was as if
Oh
that
wow.
city was completely alone. So to me, it seems as though that city is meant to actually calibrate and actually tune
Hmm.
spirits or your perispiritual body, or let's say
Yeah.
human beings that are taken into the
No.
place. It's a place to kind of just rehabilitate your perispiritual body. It wasn't populated. It felt as though it was a calm place, but it was not inhabited. So I believe that that city, I call it the Obsidian City because the buildings to me were made out of obsidian minerals, and they
Yeah.
had other minerals in there. And very interesting as well is that, as I mentioned earlier, all of those buildings had some sort of advanced technology. They had panels. They
Yeah.
had certain technology, that technology is able to interact with our consciousness. So
Yeah.
it seemed as though that city is able to connect with your consciousness, and it's able to calibrate the individuals ethereal body, let's say, for for the lack of better words. So, um, you know, to be able to get into those dimensions, I guess you have to be able to, either through the help of other beings or whatnot,
Or you have to actually
your
get
energy
into
has to be
more,
calibrated.
or you have to, when you're going somewhere, if you learn how to, when you go to sleep, focus on where you want to go, and you know how to activate your body to go there, and you will actually physically go there. And that's the thing. You have been given the ability to do what you call a dream, where in essence, whether they're angelic beings taking you to their own planet with this city, with the beautiful mountains and the colors. I think just listening to your story, which is amazing. I don't look at it as a dream. We call it a dream. To me, a dream is something like where you have a bunch of M&M candy bars running around all
Right.
over the place,
You
and
have no
there's
control
a
of in
bunch
the
of
dream.
lollipops that are happy to be with the M&M's candy. Your dream is not about M&M's candy or having the Mars bar or something. Your dream is actually a real experience when you went through that few months of negative vibe stuff happening, the attacks that you talk about, to going to a place that they took you to where you didn't see any people. It really doesn't mean that there aren't any intelligent people that were there. They took you there for some other reason. Did you ever think, reflecting back on that, that was your star family that you didn't see? They were actually wanting you to go somewhere to rejuvenate you because of what happened to you. Do you believe you have a star family?
That's very interesting that you brought that up, actually. So I thought about that, and this is something that I can't, because of, I guess, how do I say it? Not to sound too
You don't.
conceited or
No,
too
you don't. You don't.
confident.
You don't. Don't
Um,
worry about that.
I just I feel as though that city, I was brought into that city. That city was shown to me. Now it feels familiar. Um, do I belong in that city? Well, now I do. Do I come from that city? I have no idea. Do I come, do I have family in that city? I have no idea. All I know is that I was shown that city. I made contact with that city. I was brought by a being for sure. It was not just me and my consciousness being projected there.
Yeah.
I was literally brought by a being that was rescuing me. So I call this a rescue mission. They took me to a specific city for my spiritual, my peri-spiritual, and my ethereal body to be recalibrated.
Yeah.
But as far as me having a family there or coming there or having a start seed from there, I can't tell you that. But I'll tell
Well,
you this, Leon. I'll say this. It's interesting. You know, so I've done a lot of studies about out of body experiences. I've had quite numerous out of body experiences. I've read a lot of
mhm,
books about it, and
yeah.
conscientology and spiritism, and I just love the subject, and the reason why I got into it was because at a young age it started out as very spontaneous, and I thought that they were just dreams, but every time that I would wake up I knew that there was something beyond that because they were very real, they were very surreal. It was not just a dream. And then I started to differentiate between dreams and what was going on. And then as I started to study and talk to people and talk to gurus and psychologists and chemists, I kind of started to put things together that, listen, there is something about this. But the interesting thing is, Leon, is that we all come out of body. Every time that we go to bed, every time that we fall asleep, our peri-spiritual body comes out.
Yeah, we travel. We travel all the time in our sleep. We don't remember much
Right.
of what happens, but I know for sure, and I can attest to this. There are many times over the years when I was off planet, all of a sudden I feel like I was dropped back in my physical body and I'm shaking the whole bed. I mean I'm like I make the bed shake. When that happens, it's not because I'm like moving around or whatever. It means that I astral projected or went into my Merkaba state somewhere off planet, even though I don't remember where I went. Has anybody ever done this? All you folks watching the show here, where you come back into your body and you come back, bam, you slam right back into your physical body from the astral projection, and you make the whole bed shake. I can't be the only one.
No,
Have
it
you had that happen
happens.
to you?
It,
Yeah.
it 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 happens. I mean, it's a shock, and the reason why we're not able to remember is because it really all depends on the faculties that we're able to carry when we're out of body. So, for example, just we have faculties now. We have our senses as far as sight, our sense,
Hmm.
our smell, our hearing. And when we come out of body, when we're projecting, we have to develop those senses. And when you project, we don't speak. It's all
Yeah.
telepathic. You do
Yeah.
hear and you do see, but most of that you feel. And so
Yeah.
as you begin to project and you have more experiences, you're able to your body and your DNA is able to register those experiences and they will last forever. Those are experiences
Yeah.
that no one will ever take from you because once you astral project, your body registers that. So any experience that you've had will always stay with you forever. It's going to stay with you. It's not like a
Oh yeah.
dream that you remember and then 2 days later you forget. An experience you will always remember and you can go back 10 years and remember that experience, that experience will be surreal and you will be able to remember it to the detail. So the
Yeah.
reason why some of those
It's like an ingrained picture in your consciousness. There's some, like you're saying, you're basically it's an imprint into your consciousness. When you come
exactly.
back, you remember that imprint. And now, if it's really imprinted, it's meant for you to remember it because it's an important part of your journey to elevate your conscious frequency to a higher level, right?
That's correct. Exactly. I agree with you 100%. So,
Mm.
people ask, well, why can't we remember? Well, it's because we have to train our faculties in that plane. We have to train our faculties in the ethereal body, or if other people call it peri-spiritual body, you have to train those faculties to be able to remember. And then when you're
Right.
able to come back, you're able to download that information, and that information is your experience. Um, but again, we all project. Every human being, when we go to bed, we shift our brain waves. I mean, it's scientifically proven that we go through about 7 different brain waves from the alpha all the way to the beta and theta. But there is specific brainwave that we're able to tap in, where you're able. It's kind of like a door or a window that you're able to tap
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Where you're able to come out of body, and that is your theta brainwave or your theta wave.
The theta
and
wave. Yeah.
and as if you're when you're falling asleep and your body is fully asleep but your brain is still awake, or somewhat, let's say it's awake because we're always conscious. But as you're beginning to fall asleep and you know that you're somewhat awake, your brain is awake, and you start to feel these sensations, you're able to recognize that you're about to project. You're able to just go with that shift. You're able to move with it, and now you're
Yeah.
able to go into whatever dimension it is that you're being taken into. And I always say that anyone that projects, always protect yourself, always ask the angels of light, always ask your guardian angels to guide you, because they're the ones
Yeah.
that truly will guide you into the places that you need to see, that you need to know, and download the information that you need for this physical experience.
And isn't that also, Marco, so incredibly important that when we go to sleep, like I always say to people, before you go to sleep at night, do at least 10 or 15 or 20 minutes of focused cosmic meditation to go and focus on where you want to go. Like when you go astral traveling or go into a Merkaba state before as you go to sleep, you're saying, okay, I want to go here tonight. I want to go off planet to the something solar system. And you can go there, but you have to be disciplined enough to train yourself consciously to go out of body to that specific place, don't you?
That is very true. Absolutely. And another thing that I like to add to that, Leon, is breathing. Breathing is very important. So when we go to sleep, it's very important that you focus not only on praying or some sort of meditative state that will calm your mind, but also breathing is extremely important, because if you inhale and exhale and you're able to do that constantly,
Yeah,
as you're falling asleep, you're bringing oxygen into your brain, where now you're able to have some sort of experience or better dreams or better state of consciousness rather than the
yeah,
lack of oxygen. Another very
Hmm.
important thing too is that besides the focus and besides breathing, is also when when we're sleeping and we wake up in the middle of the night and we go to use the bathroom or we wake up to grab a cup of water. um, that movement of our body is very important as well, because what
Hmm.
happens is your brain is awake, your body is asleep, and as you wake up your body is still asleep, and when you walk to get a cup of water or you walk to use the bathroom, your body is waking up, your physical body is waking up, your mind is in a specific state of it's a specific brainwave regardless,
Yeah.
right?
Like when
So
you get up, and when you get up, Mark, on people watching the show, this is Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO talk show. We're talking a little bit about astral projection, going astral traveling. I know many of you probably have from time to time gone out of body. It's a physical manifestation. And I always think of when I picture the idea of going into, let's say, the Merkaba state, I see myself with my eyes closed, the extension of the body, leaving the physical body. And when I leave the physical body, I'm now going into what I call the space body. The space body is the body that takes you to a specific location. It could be the Pleiades star system, Andromeda, or whatever millions and millions of other possibilities in your consciousness when you leave. But it's a matter of discipline, and it's a matter of getting ourselves prepared people to do that. Some of you, I think, are doing that, and some of you probably have not done that yet. But continue on, Mark. I'm going to get some more ice. I'm going to get some ice water here as we discuss this incredibly important topic, because it really does run into the realm of everybody does go out of body, even if they don't remember. Everybody does go out of body somewhere, whether it's a galactic experience or a non-galactic experience. Every single person out here on TikTok goes out of body, even if they're a non-believer. You still go out of body. It doesn't matter
uh,
whether you believe or not. It
Ab-
happens.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's true. It's part of our nature. It's part of us being human beings, and it's also a science. Now that it could be considered a pseudoscience. Science may not say that it's a real science, or they can consider it pseudoscience. Whatever it is a true science that is being studied, and we have tons of different agencies and other departments that study it. Um, but yeah, it's very real. So something that I like to point out, what Leon said before, is also intention. So a couple of years ago, I also had another experience that I want to talk about, that actually explains what we were just talking about as far as intention, that Leon was mentioning. So going back to the experience, so I it was one Sunday morning. I woke up and I went to the bathroom. I got up, I went to the bathroom, I used the bathroom, then I went back to my bed, I laid down, and I was in a supine position, meaning that I was looking up at the ceiling and I was just breathing fine. The covers to my bed and my bed sheets were very comfortable. They were not heavy, and I was just feeling comfortable. Again, my breathing was fine. Um, as I started to drift away, I started to feel again the symptoms of contraction and pulling, and I started to feel some sort of like spinning, right? And I already knew that at that point there was some sort of projection going on. So the spinning, the contraction, and pulling started to come about, and I knew, and I told myself, because your consciousness will always be there. You can always communicate with yourself, regardless of where you are, darkness, light, fire, storm, you will be able to communicate with yourself. So I knew, and I told myself, I'm about to project. And so as I let this experience start to move forward and I just let it be natural, I started to feel these symptoms escalate. And at some point, I told myself, I want to project out of my body, and I want to, my intention and my direction, my point of reference is going to be my mirror in my room. And this is going back to the intention and having that sort of direction that you want when you're projecting. And so I told
Yeah.
myself this as these symptoms were going on, is I'm going to project and I want to be in the location by where my mirror is right now. All of a sudden, everything shifted and everything turned off. It was as if switching channels from channel 7 to channel 8.
Right.
It shift, everything turned black, and all of a sudden I just jumped out and I was right in front of my mirror. And I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I just could not believe the experience. It was as if I was truly there. It was so real. My consciousness was so aware. I was in this place. I was in my real time zone, which is now. So when you
Yeah.
project, not only are you able to project in other dimensions, but we can also project in this real time frame.
Yeah.
So you're able to project here and you're able to see the real time zone, what people are doing when people are sleeping, who else is projecting. You're able to see that because
Yeah.
your body is able to transcend time. So I was in my real time zone and I was in my room looking at the mirror. And I was looking at the mirror. I was also looking at other things in my room that were off, were on. There were certain things that were not appearing. There were other things that were appearing, but the mirror was there. And I'm looking at myself and I'm saying, holy cow, this is real. I am here. My
Yeah.
consciousness is here and I'm seeing myself. And the picture was very different. It was as if I was seeing grids. I could see my body. I was flexing myself. It was just so real. And it was not a dream because we know the difference between a dream and a projection.
Right. That's
And
right.
at that moment, I was so amazed and I said, oh my God, I want to fly. I want to just get out of this place. I want to go somewhere else. And at that moment, I looked at my body in my bed and my body just took me in. It was as
Wow.
if I looked at my body and my body said, no, come back. And it
Yeah.
started to pull me in. And I even told myself, no, 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 I want to stay here. And it just pulled me in. And then I woke up looking up at my ceiling, fully lucid, fully energized, feeling great. And I told myself, holy cow, I just had another out of body experience. And that was super surreal.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time. We do it all the time. Again, it's you're breathing. If you breathe correctly as you're falling asleep and you protect yourself and you feel okay, you don't push it. Uh, you're not asking for it to happen. You just let it be, let it happen spontaneously. Do your breathing correctly, protect yourself, get in a calm state of mind, and we all project and let the angels, let the guardian angels, let your consultants, let your mediators, or whatever you want to call it, let them help you, and you will be able to discover beautiful places and make connections and be able to download information that you need. That most of the time, the information that we download is not to make ourselves rich
Yeah.
here in the physical. It's not to make money. It's not to make a
It's
company.
actually to
It's
elevate
spiritual.
our, it's spiritual and to elevate our consciousness. Well, I'll tell you, Marco, I want to thank you for coming up here.
My
It was
pleasure.
a great discussion to have. It was an important discussion to have because we all do it. We just some don't- people astral travel to all different kinds of experiences. Of course, I'd love to see the on this program people astral traveling to an experience where they do go to another planet through the Merkaba state, and I'm sure some of you do, and some of you are learning how to do this. So thank you again, man. I appreciate you coming up here on that.
My pleasure, Leon. And anytime that you want to talk, if you want to talk about out of body experiences, I have tons of experiences that we can talk about. We can dissect them, and just let me know, hit me up, and I'll be able to
Yeah.
hit you up as well. I follow you on your channel. I love your channel. I think that you are
Oh,
fantastic, and your fans are
thank you.
great.
Thank you
So
very much. I
anytime that you
appreciate that.
want, of course, and thank you for your time. And so anytime that you want to talk about out of body experiences and any other sort of topics as far as orbs and any
Well,
other
I love your
experiences,
story that you beyond this the astral traveling about the beings that took you to the city. That is, and this show is being recorded. It'll be on my YouTube channel. Please follow that, so you can. If you missed any part of his sharing, it will be on my YouTube channel probably by tomorrow at some point. Marco,
appreciate
thank you
that.
for being on here. I appreciate you, and you're watching Encounters, everybody. Another great guest, and we'll have
Thank
more
you.
people on here. So I appreciate it. Hey, Marco, I'll
Thank you,
put you
Leon.
down gently. And thank you for the kind words on the show. Marco, everybody. Marco, thank you so much. We appreciate you, man. And he always has good things to talk about. He was on the show a while ago, and we do bring back guests. So thank you. You're watching Encounters here on the one and only TikTok, and Encounters is only here on TikTok with the recorded show on YouTube. So just remember that. If you're new to the show, welcome everybody. Just to give people some background of me, I'm your talk show host. I've been a contactee since the 60s. I've had numerous spaceship, what I call not UFOs, I'll call them intergalactic spaceship experiences of different types, circular, non-circular. I'm a C5 activist here as well as a talk show host, and we gather in the warmer weather, which we'll be doing soon, to vector in spaceships of the light, so to speak, which is really an important thing to do. I mean, that's at least for us anyway. And I think even for anybody else out there. Thank you, Amanda. We're honored to have you with us. We're honored to have you with us. And in my humble experience, I'm always a humble person as much as the show is popular. I've never changed who I am. I'm still the humble person you met 3 years ago. And I want to keep myself that way. And it's just about interacting and loving everybody in my audience around the world. Kate, welcome to the show. User 401, welcome. If you're new to this show, get relaxed, feel at home here. This is a place where you can actually relax on a talk show, and we just love having you around the world. So I welcome all the new people here. Cleo, thank you for the likes. And so how many people, if there's anybody who wants to share a story, please do. I have a very big interest, and I'm trying to really study as much as I can about Antarctica. I've always found Antarctica interesting. I always felt growing up, learning about Antarctica, just being this place where there was ice and snow and everything else, that there's got to be more to it. But when you're a kid, you don't think about, is there more to Antarctica? Is Antarctica just a place where there are scientists and people around the world, and there's certain zones around the airspace that are closed off? Why? Why would you close off airspace in Antarctica to air travel? Then there are places in Antarctica where cruise ships can go. That's probably a very minimal area, probably the most uninteresting area of Antarctica, where you have cruise ships going by, but they can't go through Antarctica. Well, probably it would be kind of hard to on a boat. I don't know. Yeah, Google Earth it. It's wild. I'm going to have to do that afterwards. Pamela Clymer says, you can be a guest, but Rachel will destroy your truth. I don't think anybody can destroy anybody's truth. I can tell you one thing. No one can destroy my truth. I've been on this planet a long time. It's probably where Agartha is. Yes, the Agartha is in the inner earth, which is the subterranean cities. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, truth can never be destroyed. Absolutely true. And if someone says they can destroy somebody's truth, I would say not too fast. Not too fast. Because when a person tries to destroy somebody else's truth on the cosmic journey, they're just a human being. Hey, bird lover, they're only a human being using their human energy to try to destroy somebody's truth. You can't, maybe if you're a weak consciousness human, maybe. But if you stand tall in your own truth, nobody can destroy anybody's cosmic truth. Just can't happen unless you are the kind of person that is not at that level of strength in your consciousness to be able to withstand that happening. Interesting comment, though. Becky Sue, welcome. Rob, welcome to the show. This is Encounters. If you try to destroy my truth, I arrive at a higher level of truth. Absolutely true. So Pamela says, God loves you, and that's true, Pamela. And, one thing about our topic with UFOs is we don't talk about nuts and bolts. We talk about the spiritual aspects of the space people, and they all believe in God. So the beautiful thing, Pamela, is that all the good space people do believe in the Creator, which is God. All the starseeds that are starseeds here, they believe in God. And we look at God in a very non-religious way, not in a 3D terminology. We look at God as being a very loving energy, you know, prime creator. Yeah, absolutely. We should bring Starseed Ambassador up and see how she's doing. Hey, good to have everybody here. I've known Starseed. She was up just recently, a while ago, out there in the state of Washington, and she does stuff every once in a while in the
What's
mornings to
up?
help people. How you doing there, Starseed?
It's dark here.
Uh-oh, it's dark. I know it's dark. Are
Good.
you
How are
outside?
you?
We're good. I think you're outside.
Yeah, it
are
is.
you are you looking at spaceships tonight, or what's happening out there?
Well, they're always back here on these mountains, these volcanoes and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you do have volcanoes out there in Seattle.
Yeah, yeah. I'm over in Issaquah, and it's we're by this mountain called Squawk Mountain, and people paraglide from it all the time. But there are the little round metal-looking ones that kind of move, make in different shapes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're always out here. It's cloudy and raining right now, but normally they're right over here. And then I can see the Pleiades exactly from my backyard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, early in the
You know, and
evening.
you know, and when you think about it, you're in a beautiful place where the mountains and everything exist, Coos Bay and all that. Um, you know, if the ships want to come through the clouds, they don't care about the clouds. If they want to show
No,
themselves,
we just can't see
they'll
them.
come.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
probably have seen them come through the clouds, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's like a couple that just will sit right through the trees, and I get in a meditative state and just connect with them. They're just here to help.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And please, everybody, tap the screen. We're at 65,000. We want to hit 100,000 before 1 a.m. Eastern. If everybody out here taps, all 251 people, 249, whatever, if each individual would take the responsibility for collectively tapping my side of the screen, you'll bring that 65 up to 100,000 in 10 minutes. I believe it can be done. So let's
And
make it
we'll all
happen,
go on a
folks.
ship.
You know, that would be kind of cool. I'm going to leave that to you to facilitate that since you just said it. I don't want to be responsible for saying something. I'm not, because I didn't say it, but I'll let you be responsible, Starseed, for saying if
Okay.
we get to 100,000, wouldn't it be funny if we get to 100,000 and we actually do go on a ship? That would be
Right.
kind of funny,
That
wouldn't
would
it?
be really cool.
First time ever on Encounters in 3 years, my friend Starseed Ambassador says, get us to 100,000 and we'll go on a ship.
Oh, goodness.
And I do believe some people do believe that's possible.
Oh,
And I'll put it this way:
absolutely.
I think
Absolutely.
anything's possible.
I do
I'm all
too.
game, you know,
I just,
as long as it's one of our spaceships of light.
right. I just don't know if I could facilitate that, but I'll try.
Hey,
Yeah.
Penelope, take care. Blessings to you. You know, have a good day out there working. But
There's
it's go ahead.
if if before you get off of the live, I would love to do some NLP to help anybody remove any fears that they want to
Oh,
get
that'd
rid
be
of
great.
in
We
under 3 minutes. Yes.
Yeah. So explain what that is, Starseed, to the people watching Encounters. What you do.
So it's a neuro-linguistic programming, and it is basically because your subconscious mind is. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist and an NLP practitioner, and I work with the subconscious mind. So the subconscious is a computer, and then we have a program on the computer. And so NLP, everybody uses NLP, but it's very vast. It goes even into colors of things, like fast food places are yellow and red. That
Yeah.
triggers your autonomic nervous system to be hungry. So, like, um, I just have you walk through a visualization, have you pick your fear. You don't even have to say what it is or type it in, and then you just walk through the process. And in under 3 minutes, I can get rid of any fear. With NLP, I can literally make somebody love the food they hate and hate the food they love, and then
Oh,
switch
wow,
it
that's
back.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you
It's
what, why don't
very
we bring some, let's do this for everybody, but let's bring one person up to be a part
perfect.
of this. So
Perfect.
who wants to have Starseed Ambassador do this with you? Who wants to come up and have this? We're doing this for free. We're not charging you $1 million, but we will charge you 2 million. I'm just kidding you. 2 million. 2 million rupees. 2 million rupees. If you have 2 million rupees, we'll charge you 2 million rupees.
I absolutely can't help with smoking. Just DM me.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this person up, and we're gonna bring up Rudy. I think it Rooted Ray. Hey, Rooted Ray.
I wanna answer this question really quick, or not
I'll
a
go.
question, but the statement that says I can't be hypnotized. The thing is
Yeah.
hypnosis is a natural state. When you wake up in the
Hmm.
morning and you're groggy, you're in hypnosis. And when you're getting tired at night, you're in hypnosis. And when you get out of meditation, you're in hypnosis. It's a very natural state. So there are some people that, yeah, if you're not willing to relax and go through the process, it's not that you can't be hypnotized. It's just that you're resisting it. And NLP can't be resisted because
Hmm.
it's just how it's the source code for our computer, basically.
Mm. Well, we have Rooted Ray here. Rooted Ray, where are you
Hey,
located? Welcome to the show.
welcome.
Ascended. Thank you
Georgia,
for the galaxy.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, Georgia. Okay. And
Beautiful.
so tell us. I mean, I'm going to turn it over to Starseed Ambassador because she knows about doing this stuff, and it's something I've never, I don't do, but she can do. That's why she's able to do it.
All right. So you don't have to say your fear, but do you have a fear that you've picked out?
Mm,
Something that really bothers you. It could be flying, could be afraid of heights. Can't be something like I'm afraid something's going to happen to my children, stuff like that, because those are
mhm.
those are just instincts of a parent. Um, but if it's over, so much fear that you can't let your kids go outside, then we can work on that.
How about like being away from home or like leaving, like moving on from chapters?
So you're afraid of doing that,
Yeah,
or
I don't
okay,
like it. Like that's like something that's like a blockage for me.
oh, okay. So
Like
I want
knowing
you
when to move on from
to
something.
okay. I want you to close your eyes and tap into the feeling of that fear
Hmm.
of moving on, and tell me when you feel it as deep as you possibly can. Just
Okay.
imagine you feel it. Okay, give me a scale 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, so we can measure it.
8 or 7. Those two
Okay.
numbers came to mind.
Okay, now what color is it?
Purple. Like a
Where do you
deep,
feel
deep
it?
blue.
Okay. Where do you feel it in your body?
Left hip,
Okay.
but
Now,
above the.
does it have a sound?
Um, like a thumb.
Okay. What about a texture?
Rocky.
Okay. Now tell me which way it's spinning. Is it spinning clockwise or
Left.
counterclockwise?
Counterclockwise.
Okay. I want you to keep your eyes closed and start spinning it the opposite way
Okay.
as fast as you can. And I want you to give it your favorite color. Now, if that color that it was is your favorite color, which I doubt it would be,
Hmm.
give it a new color. Give it your favorite color, something you love, something cheery. Make it super bright. Spin it as fast as you can. And then I want you to give it your favorite sound. It could be your kids laughing, or it could be something in a music track. Just any favorite sound. Keep spinning it. Keep making it bright, that color that you love so much. Make the sound really loud. And now give it your favorite texture. It could be something fluffy or soft. And make it just really noticeable. Just keep spinning, 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 spinning. Make it bright. Make it loud. Notice the texture. Okay, now I want you to open your eyes and feel where you are on that scale. And tell me where you're at. You are at a 7, 8.
2.
A 2. Okay, close your eyes. And keep spinning it backwards again. Fast as you can. Command it to spin a billion times faster. Billion times brighter. Billion times louder. Feel that texture. And just keep spinning for about 30 seconds. Keep spinning. You're doing great. Okay, open your eyes. Tell me where you're at. Really try and tap into the feeling.
It does feel like it's dissipating.
Okay, close your eyes. Spin it backwards again. Still faster, faster, faster. Really focus. Make the color brighter. The noise louder. The texture more noticeable. And just keep spinning. Okay, open your eyes. How do you feel about it?
Much better. I'm like very calm.
Yes. It calms your autonomic nervous system. With all the language that we use, our body movements, breath patterns, tone of voice, all of that, those things trigger our autonomic nervous system to feel either good or bad. And that's why sometimes when you meet people, they're funny and they're nice and everything, but you just get a weird feeling about them. And it's because their linguistics does not resonate with yours. And that's your intuition being like, this person is not somebody you're supposed to be around. But yeah, that's NLP. It's really, crazy how it works. But it's like magic.
Feel relaxed.
Yes. Yes. And then after a real hypnosis session, it's very relaxing. I use NLP in hypnosis. So yeah. But we can.
I think I'm like in a trance right now. I can't stop.
Yeah, you are.
Wow, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
You're watching Encounters.
It's so cool.
Starseed and Rooted Ray on the show here.
Right on.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Hey, Rooted Ray, thank you for coming up and being the first one to have Starseed Ambassador do this with you.
That was actually incredible. I'm a yoga instructor, so like I can really tap into that. I taught today, so that was like my release, and like that was wow.
Yeah.
Wow, very cool. Yoga instructor. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If you need anybody to walk people through anything at your yoga classes, I'm happy to do that for nothing. Just to do it, because that's what I'm here to do.
And Starseed Ambassador will take a spaceship and land in a Merkaba in your yoga studio.
Please. Please do.
We can only hope.
So down. They would love it.
I got her laughing. Oh, there we go. Hey, and thank you, Rooted Ray. What's your first name?
Yeah. Rachel.
Ray? Rachel. Oh, Rachel. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you found the show here, and we're on here nightly. So,
I've been watching for a while, yeah.
Oh, good. I never know who's been watching, but I'm glad to meet you.
Yes, thank you.
Nice too.
All right. Any other questions you might have for Starseed or?
Oh, no, I'm still in my like trance state.
Oh, good.
But I am
I'll let you stay
curious,
there.
Commander.
Yeah.
If you, because I know you've done like, I have this memory that, so my dad, he was in the Air Force and he's super into the UFO stuff. Like that's all he does all day is like watch
Wow.
News Nation. And I mean, all the people, I'm not good at explaining it, especially right now, but he's like, that's what he did. Like he literally, there's so many books in my room on it. And so I love TikTok for the algorithm bringing me to you because it's so spot on with already what I follow and believe. But I was just curious if you feel, I don't remember exactly how you do it, but anything like attached to me in
Oh, you
terms
mean
of
like?
like, I do think I'm a starseed, but like, I'm like, what
I
are
mean, like
the
implants?
things? An implant. Thank you.
Implant?
That
Okay.
word.
What I would have to do is if I brought you on camera while you're on here now, and this is great because Starseed can do that other thing with me right here.
Yes.
If you want, if can I bring you on camera?
Yeah.
Okay, let me do this. It's going to cost you $1 million when I'm done. I'm just kidding.
$1 million.
In rupees, but only in rupees. Let's see.
I love it.
So I'm pressing my camera thing, and if you press on it, there you go. Oh, what a
Hello.
beautiful soul.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
There
Rachel.
he is.
What a
Hi. I know I
beautiful
have my
soul.
lightings red too.
Right
I
on.
mean, looking at your energy, I don't think there's anything attached to you, but I can definitely scan you. And for people that don't know or new to the show, I've been given a gift that I've had probably dormant for most of my life until now. For whatever reason, now it's my space family has activated me to do it. And Rachel, you've seen me probably scan people here on my show, or I've taken out implants physically on my program. So not only am I a UFO talk show host, but the thing is that other UFO talk show hosts cannot do is I'm not your nuts and bolts guy. I'm the guy that's a starseed. I'm a guy that's a contactee. I'm the person that outwardly came out of the closet of being from Mars originally with a planet of 10 to 15 million inhabitants. I'm the person that doesn't care what people think, which is good because it doesn't matter what they think. As long as I speak my truth and share my information and let you speak your information, that's what this show makes it different from other UFO shows on YouTube or whatever they are. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, I can definitely scan you. So, we're going to do something. And for new people, you're going to see something that has been gifted to me by my space parents, and I'm able to do this. So, Rachel, if you close your eyes, what we're going to do is I'm going to scan her energy. In a minute or so, she's going to feel my energy. And Rachel, where are you located?
Georgia.
She's in Georgia, and understand, I am in the state of Connecticut. Now, what I'm going to do, she's going to feel. And why is she going to feel it? Because I've been gifted the ability to send beams of energy no matter where you are. I can focus on one individual, and I can do what I'm going to do right now is scan her. So as I scan her, I want you to breathe in, Rachel, and breathe, and then take a breath out. Breathe in and breathe out of your nostrils about 3 or 4 times. And for anyone who's coming in here from TikTok, you're going to see something that would be considered an out of this world experience right here. And I just want to say that I am a human person, but I'm also a space being. And if that confuses you, that's okay. You might be confused, but I'll explain it later. I am a space being in consciousness in a human body. This body is not possessed. There's no possession. I am a conscious space being, and I can switch my consciousness, which I did just now, from my human consciousness to my space galactic consciousness. So now, with Rachel, I am now operating in my space consciousness. And Starseed Ambassador knows me. She knows that I am.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is I'm putting my hands over Rachel's head. I have beams of energy starting to heat up the palms of my hands. That energy is going to hit Rachel in about a nanosecond. And right now I'm going to scan her head and to feel her aura. I can feel the aura around her head. And in a minute, I'll ask Rachel if she feels energy coming through above her. And she should be feeling it any minute now, like clockwork. She's shaking her head, which means yes. What you're seeing me do, people, is real. I'm not a magician. I don't have a crystal ball. I have no magic tricks up my sleeve. I am an actual space consciousness being. I'm in my space consciousness mode. Now I'm going to scan her, and if there is anything attached to her, I'll be able to take it out and destroy it. Right from my location where I am here in Connecticut, she is physically in the state of Georgia. I'm going to scan here. I'm going slow around her head, around her back area, shoulders. And if the person says there's something attached or they feel it is, I will find it. When I touch it, they will say stop. And when they say stop, I will remove the attachment from their body physically on the show here. And I'm going here. I'm now working around the shoulder and the back area of the neck. I'm just trying to locate what I think might be there. I think there is maybe an attachment. We'll get close to see. And please, Rachel, let me know when to stop. I'm now doing the back area towards the spine and the front area. I'm scanning every area around her. I'm getting to the shoulders. I'm going to go down below on the arm level. And also I'm checking the waist area. We do a complete scanning of the body, of the human body. And my hands start moving. It's like my palms of my hands are saying there's something it's trying to find. So my space energy is trying to find something, and it's going to get more stronger. I'm now doing the spinal column down to the back area. And because I'm shooting so much energy into her body, she'll tell me to stop at some point, wherever it is. So it's almost like a, uh-oh. Okay, I have to let Starseed down because I have to remove you, Starseed, because TikTok says I'm going to do that. So I just removed Starseed. It's ridiculous. The notice I just got is ridiculous, but keep your eyes closed, Rachel.
Stop.
Right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keep your eyes closed. What I'm going to do is neutralize the attachment. What you're going to see me do is destroy the attachment. And again, this is with the palm of my hands. I'm shooting light energy. In a minute, you'll feel it. It doesn't hurt or anything when I take out the implant, the attachment. I'm now severed it, and now I'm going to neutralize it. Now I'm going to pull on both sides, and we're going to take it out. I'm going to yank it a little bit on both sides, so it's going to be like a seesaw feeling. I have separated the attachment. I'm now pulling the attachment. Even though you don't see it, it exists. I'm pulling it out. She'll feel a little bit of it, like a tingling sensation. And when I almost have it out, it'll be a popping sensation on both sides of her area there. Almost out. I'm pulling it out. I'm also dissolving it as I pull it out. I have the ability to dissolve the things, the attachments. Almost there. Let me know. Almost out. Okay, now we're going. Tell me when. I'm just doing a little bit of vibrational shaking here to let you know that we're at the end of the attachment. Almost off. When it's off, let me know.
Good.
Good, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to see what I just did to her, but I just took the whole thing out of her body. I'm also going to send healing energies into her body in a minute. I close my eyes when I do this. I'm destroying the attachment. It's now totally destroyed. Close your eyes for a minute. I'm going to shoot beams of light to heal the cellular structure of her skin internally. Again, understand, people, I am a space person. I am a human person. Don't get confused. I am a space person. I am a human person. I'm a space person. I am a human person. I am now operating in space consciousness. What I am doing is real. I'm now healing her inner part of her cellular structure. It will be healed in a couple of seconds, basically. I'm also amping up the vibrational frequencies in her body, clearing all the energy. Any residual energies are being cleared. And as you keep your eyes closed, Rachel, I want you to say these very important words. I am
a
cosmic,
cosmic,
Christed
Christed
being of light.
being of light.
And I am free.
I am free.
I will no longer be having any attachments
I will no longer be having any attachments
from lower vibrational energies or ETs.
from lower vibrational energies or ETs.
I am now totally free.
I am now totally free.
Keep your eyes closed. I'm going to give you a gift. And this is something my space family has given me the ability to do. So I'm now going to put a bodysuit of light over your body. No one here will be able to see it. You might feel the energy from me when I'm doing this to her. Hold on, please. And when you feel it, Rachel, let me know when you feel the bodysuit. It's going to be very
I feel
comfortable.
it.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm putting a spacesuit over her body. This is a very powerful suit. This will protect her. No lower vibrational energies or beings will be able to go near her. This is my second gift to her. I have a few more gifts I'm giving it to her for free. And I'm going to do this because this is part of my mission work. I'm going to shoot beams of energy into your home to clear all the energies out of your home, whether you have a cellar, a basement, or whatever. We're just going to send beams of energy into every room in about 10 seconds. All residual energies in your home for years will be cleared out. And I will also put a shield around your property. Give me a moment. Okay, you may now open your eyes.
Wow. Thank
How do you
you.
feel? You're welcome.
Amazing.
And what I did, my guests are the ones that will tell you what I did is real. Every one of my guests will tell you this is real. I can't make this up. It's not I haven't planned this. I didn't plan on having Rachel come on at this time and say, okay, Commander, I'm coming on like you're telling me to do. Let's fake it. It's all real. There's a few of us on the
Completely.
planet that are able to do this.
Thank you so much. No, I know. I believe it. Like, I've been watching forever and I'm like, been dying to go up and it just wasn't the right time. This was.
Yeah.
And thank you so much.
Yeah, and I just want to say, Starseed Ambassador, who's a friend, I love her. I don't know why TikTok forced me to take her down. She didn't do anything wrong, but I don't understand it. But I didn't do it because if I didn't take her down, they were going to shut my broadcast down, so I had to do it.
What?
And I don't understand it, but
That's
pretty ridiculous, kind of
really
ridiculous,
silly. That makes no
you know.
sense. Well, bring
But
her back on. I'm gonna go, but that was amazing. I feel like I'm gonna sleep so well tonight.
you will. And there's a shield around your property when you go outside or in any of your rooms. When you go outside, you're going to know you will know that it's an invisible shield that I put over your whole property. You'll feel it. When you leave
Oh,
your property, you'll feel when you've left it, but your body, you're now physically protected in a spacesuit of light.
amazing.
Yeah.
If anyone's like, I will report back because this
Yeah,
is
let me
so
know.
amazing. I
I'll
will.
let you go. Thank you so much for coming up
Well,
here.
thank you. No, seriously, thank you so much. Sorry, I was not prepared for this, so I was holding my iPad and it's so heavy. And I was like, I think I like opened my eyes and I was like, wait, the camera's not on my face, but thank you so
It's
much,
all right.
guys.
You know, when you're in that state, it doesn't. The iPad doesn't
Yeah.
much matter as much as the work does. And thanks for being a yoga teacher. Now, when you do your yoga classes, you're going to be beaming with light with everybody you see, and you have such a beautiful
Amazing.
energy. So you're good now.
Well, thank you so much. Yes, thank you for what you do.
Thank
Bye,
you,
guys. I'm
everybody.
gonna try to
Rachel,
figure out. Bye,
thank you,
guys.
Rachel.
You're
We do this
welcome.
here.
Thank you.
You know, and the funny thing is with TikTok, when I do implant removals, they don't care. The algorithm doesn't care. Isn't it kind of weird? I can do implant. I don't want to suggest anything. I can do implant removals on my show as a space being, and I'm okay. I have Starseed Ambassador up, who's a beautiful friend of mine on TikTok, and then I have to remove her because TikTok says they're going to close my show down if I don't. Kind of crazy. You know, I don't get it. You know, it is kind of weird. Thank you, Jeanette. And we're not even at 100,000. Come on, folks. After saying this, we should be able to get to 100,000. We're at 95.9. We got a little bit of slacking going on here on encounters tonight. Let's get up to 100,000. We have 246 people. I can't believe with 246 we can't hit 100,000, even 200,000 in 10 minutes. It's like pulling teeth. Yeah, TikTok is a little bit out of control. Their algorithms need to be readjusted. You know, they really do. Thank you, Bird Lover. Yeah, it is true. I do have a light of protection around me. Pinkin, thank you for the gift. I thank you so much. I'm almost going to say yay. We're almost near 100,000. I am so glad. Yay. Thank you, everybody. See? Keep it going. Keep it going. You know, 100,000 is only 100,000. Please follow me. If you're not following me, press the follow button and the like button on my profile. My YouTube channel, my link for YouTube is on there. Dean Milton Bagnuta. I'm not sure I know, Dean, who you are. Who are you? Hey, being the Go Tex. Good to see you too, everybody. Oh, wow. Moving up fast now. There we go. We're at 103.2. Sax, welcome to our show, everybody. We appreciate you being here. Bobo, all the people out here. If you missed any part of our show and you're just coming in, the show will be on my YouTube channel. And like I said, now I'm back into my normal human consciousness. When I was having Rachel up, I went into my space consciousness. So there you go. It's 1:06 in the morning. I think it is time to call it a night. I want to thank everybody. I chosen one of the high school. I know him before I was born. I chosen one of the high school. I know him before I was born. Interesting, Dean Milton. Ella, welcome, Ella Bloomfield, I think it is. Hey, Ella. Spoon Man, everybody coming in. Texas Red. Texas Red, welcome. Squeakers, you're very welcome, Squeakers. Good to have you with us tonight. Christina, everybody coming in here, wherever you may be, we are here with you. At a little bit after 1 in the morning on the east coast of the United States. Can I feel your energy? Probably, but I'm a little bit tired right now, so I'm going to kind of wind it down a bit. Thank you, Lois. Thank you for doing all you do, Commander. You're appreciated. Thank you. Linda, we love you too, and have a good evening. Teresa, everybody out there. And that's what I say. We love all our new and constant audiences of people that have been here with 3 years for us. All the new people, we love you too. You know, and this is the kind of show we run here, you know. Thank you, Dean Milton. We appreciate that too. We appreciate that too. Scott Harrington, everybody, have a good night. Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. Amanda, Billy Adams, everybody out there, Starseed Ambassador. We'll have you up again. I don't know why TikTok made me do that. That was kind of weird. It was really bogus, kind of. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, everybody. Be well. Be good to each other. Love each other. Hug each other. And get ready for contact because it's coming pretty soon. Take care, everybody.